before you die, the last 5 minutes, your whole life flashes in front of you. Thanks to my job, I don't have to actually experience that near-death experience. Because today, it seems like my last 17 years or 20 years being in Bombay is flashing in front of my eyes. I meet a gentleman before I come to the very Diggaj who has made this film also. Ganesh, brother, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure, Salil. It's
2002 and 3. These three tall boys, I was a shorter one. These boys working out in the gym with dreams in their eyes. He's become a superstar down south. And guess who's still here? Yeah, I decided not to leave this place forever. Well, Ganesh, brother, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
You are a superstar here, bro.
Exactly. We say this now in this room. We are the superstar of this room. Gentleman next to him again. Our Bachpan is flashing in front of eyes. He was also in Bachpan that time. When you go back, brother, you have to change some lines in Wikipedia. Because when they say debut back in their day, 1998, 99, 2000 was 20 years ago. You have got to change those lines in Wikipedia. You have to...
But I came in 2002, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm still saying that's almost 20 years back. Just think about it. So, Karann, thanks so much for joining me, man.
My pleasure.
It's been I think Bollywood is an ever-changing, evolving world. Itna kuch badal jata hai. And in the last 2-3 years, 6 months feels like 60 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we'll talk about that. Digitally, everything changes so much. Another lady who I met, I would say 10-12 years back. At that time, Nathalia, thanks so much for joining us.
For girls, you have to divide it.
Oh, sorry, 6 years back. But I can't change the film release, right? So, department it was. One of those films that we were discussing, I said, one of the most unique films ever made. But she was hot property then, and the beauty is she's still with the management now. That's, I can't speak about, unreal. Your management that is handling you, I think in the history of Bollywood anywhere, nobody must have, I mean, you have a record for being the maximum time with that person, I think. Isn't that true? I mean, that's a testament to your loyalty as well also, yeah?
Yes, they're really nice. Since I've arrived in India, they've been so nice to me. They welcomed me so like a family. So I think that's most important.
But even family, may you have fights. It
No,
seems
we
like
have fights here and there, but we don't leave the battle, you know.
Yeah,
we
that's
stick
fantastic.
together.
That's brilliant loyalty. And the captain of the ship, well, obviously in India, we tend to assume that everything is Bollywood, right? So thankfully, with a few changes, one small film came out called Bahubali, so a few people saw it. Now, thankfully, it's become national. Shekkhar sir, thank you so much for joining us. You're a very big name down south. It doesn't matter whether, you know, your division of fame happens a little bit in Bollywood also. But now I think people like you are also confident that Indian audiences are actually India and not just Bollywood, right?
Yes, exactly.
ये भी काफी change हो गया है. This is in the last, since Bahubali.
Exchange हो रहा है, swapping हो रहा है.
इसकी वजह से, do you think that you have more confidence now to say that, look, if I make a good film, no matter the language, even Oscars maybe, Parasite winning, big change world over also.
Yes, yes.
Are you confident now as a director, no matter what the language, in this case obviously it's Hindi, but no matter what the language or what the cast, it will work if it's a good film?
100%. Only good film works. Only good film works.
No, but that's what they used to say earlier also, sir.
No matter language, language is never a barrier to make a good film. Because down south, people are making films in Bollywood, and Bollywood is, you know, going there. There's a lot of swapping is happening in the country. Eventually, we're all Indians, okay?
Yeah.
Now, as far as cinema is concerned, the idiom is the same, whether you make it in the Telugu or Tamil or Bollywood.
Yeah.
So, to me, when I was getting into Bollywood, I never felt that I was exploring something new, but it was already, I did 6 films in the south, down south, but this is like another film. But, okay, now there are butterflies in my stomach because like the date is the judgment is nearing.
But they've seen it last night and they're very confident.
Very confident.
And that's just the inside news there. I have to come to Ganesh on this. You know, the whole world used to say it's a complete north-south divide.
Right.
That has started to merge a little bit. I have to narrate this one small line. When Prabhas had come here to promote Bahubali, would you believe it? The whole, obviously, the media sometimes get very silly.
Right.
They hadn't done the research. They didn't know what to say. So Prabhas said on stage, sorry, I don't know. I'm not used to saying who I am to the world.
Right.
So he had to introduce himself
My gosh.
on a platform.
Right.
I wouldn't say it was demeaning, but I felt really bad that this silly media had not shown the kind of support. And obviously, once he came down later to promote Bahubali 2, there was no requirement also to do that.
Absolutely.
But this is how it used to be earlier, and a lot has changed since Bahubali.
Yeah. And your work speaks eventually.
Of course, but also, Indian audiences now accepting earlier the assumptions used to be the swag is different, the storylines are very cliched, but now every Bollywood producer is going down south. So it must be a big victory for actors like you.
Definitely. I think, Salil, both of us, we have one commonality, and you would agree with me, when you don't have a filmy background,
Yes.
you tend to grab every opportunity that comes your way.
Yeah.
So though I am a Mumbai lad, I was born and brought up here, my biggest opportunities came to me down south. Like a producer like a Prakash Raj launched me over there, followed it up with a Kamal Hassan, then with a Mohanlal taking me in a film with Amitabh Bachchan ji was my father. So when I reflect back, I think I would never have got those opportunities down here in Mumbai.
That's true.
And coming to...
Especially not in that time.
Yeah, not in that time, definitely. And coming to these last 2 years, not just Bahubali, even KGF.
Yes, oh.
What's unique about both these films are not only are they, films made in Telugu and Kannada respectively, but the faces in the movies, they're all Telugu and Kannada actors, which are unknown to people out here. Yet the film did amazing business on the box office because the stories were good. And eventually, when they saw those actors on screen, they fitted those characters. And that's what the people are accepting about. And to me, working in the South and knowing about the North industry, I think it's about storytelling. It's about telling, engaging, entertaining stories. So we are a part of one such story. So I'm super excited.
But it must be difficult also, and I say this to a lot of people also. There, 17 chairs will be put for you when you land up on a set. Arey, sir, how are you? Here, sir, this is your van. Slightly different.
But I'm okay with it, sir.
Yeah?
I'm coming with no pretensions of grandeur or anything. We all three are approaching, even actually Shekkhar sir, we are ranked new newcomers, we are ranked new debutants. People are going to look at us as, what have they made? We are going to be the underdogs. But after the first screening, like I said, the work is going to talk.
I like that. He talks about us having to fight a lonely battle, and again, this new word, nobody knew also what nepotism meant. But now, thanks to social media, you learn so much more.
Thanks to Kangana.
Oh, thanks to Karann. And
Karann too.
But also, when you were mentioning it, now you have these, you'll have a TikTok, you'll have a social media, everywhere is there. In 2 seconds, they'll find out, oh, Karann looks familiar. They go back in time, this, that, and the other. This boy should have made it bigger then, could have made it bigger then. Now, it's not a comeback, but why now? They will ask this question. And what do you have to say to that?
Well, I'm facing this question just about everywhere.
Of course you will ask. But you will of course face it because you're going to understand what is the reason for you to make a comeback. Because it's not like it's a 1 or 2 year gap.
Right.
That can happen. You can say that I'm...
Honestly, I wanted to come back much before. But what to do, this is all God's idea. He's the one who's writing the script. On my end, I mean, I can keep trying.
Why couldn't you produce something on your own, suppose, earlier, and say, okay, let me just put it out there. A lot of people say that, why are you burning the producer's money? They tell a lot of actors this. In your case, you could produce it yourself and come out with it and say, okay, I have the sense, let me try.
Wasn't coming across a right script, till I saw this film called Poladavan. Our film is a remake of Poladavan, and when my dad saw it, he loved it. So he immediately bought the rights, and I saw it and got in touch with Shekkhar ji. We've been friends since 2007, so we wanted to do something together.
How do you keep patience for so many years? I say this to every actor. It's not about, it's patience on the set is different, but patience at
You
home.
won't believe it. This is something I have learned from Karann, that if you believe in one idea and just invest in it, for the last 2-3 years, he's just been dreaming this film, eating, breathing, sleeping. How does that one do that? And yesterday when we all saw the film, I came and hugged him. I said, just for your single-minded belief in this subject, that this will work, I mean, hats off to you.
Patience, perseverance.
Just,
Because nobody has it.
I got
So do
very
the
good team
youngsters.
support from
Most of
everyone,
the
right
youngsters should learn
from all these guys, these actors. They're so committed and so dedicated, and all the technicians are also on board.
Technicians, we have
some
some-
Sham
You seem like a very nice, sweet soul, which is so impossible in Bollywood today, especially if you come from those families. Because if you see 10 Instagram posts, it can put you down. Somebody, oh, I knew this boy when he was like on a cycle. And look at the amount of work he's doing. It can hurt you. And
Those
it's an
guys who
honest
put me
hurt.
down, they'll be, I guess they should be the first ones to watch my film then. Because they would love to see my film if they're, ready to comment on me, any negative. But it's okay. I mean, I'm just living my journey, given to me by
And Salil, we were
Almighty
talking
up
about
there,
this
so
earlier,
it's-
and that's very true. People will talk anyway.
Of course.
So
They're
we
gonna
are beyond
talk,
a point where we
irrespective of
do
whatever you
anything for external validation now. You believe in something, just keep doing it. People will talk nevertheless.
Just go with the instincts and that's it. I mean, just leave it to God.
Another veteran in the industry. Nathalia. No, this is, we're all very young. I just want to say this to you. We just look, because we started off very young. But Nathalia, you also...
You try, you bite and then you...
They call me Rahul Dravid also, na? After just letting go the ball, suddenly he'll just go nice and defense. But my question is, even the modeling world, the ad world, everything has changed so much. Because almost everybody seems to think that there is only one destination in the world to come to, which is called Mumbai. When you came in, it was still, you were figuring things out. Even these management agencies weren't sure what it was seen. Now today, everything seems very chilled. Opportunities seem like very simple. Is it a lot easier for you now also?
Actually, it's never easy and it's never difficult also. It depends on your goals. It depends on, difficulties will always gonna be there, but it depends how much do you want something. It's never too difficult, it's never too easy. Everything depends on you. You make it difficult or you make it easy. Of course, back then when I came in 2010, it was less organized. You know, I came in a modeling with a modeling agency. It was not even an acting agency. So the transition was there. You know, the connecting, the bridges. The connecting part and how to reach people. It
Very
was
difficult,
yes,
of course.
everything was building up.
Yeah.
So yeah, people were discovering, but everything.
Now,
so
if you want to get in touch, do you Instagram someone straight up? So many people.
No, I like to work with my managers. I know what they are doing. I know they know the right way to connect with people. They know the right way to approach people, and I think that's the most important part. We cannot take so easily, and yeah, I just like I don't like to stress about it. You know, I just like to do my portion. That is to go there, to give my part. That is to give the audition, to read my script. And that's
about it.
Yeah.
But you know, there was always a question earlier. There was a time when the industry opened doors for a lot of foreigners to come in there. You know, that's been started about 17, 18 years back. But I still just see a huge fight to be able to get the right kind of role, you know. Sometimes my friends used to be offered roles. You're just going to be that one girlfriend in the shot. Okay, so we want a white girlfriend in the shot. You're going to be sitting in the car, and that's it. You should be happy. But it's a very big star, and you'll be seen in the promo, and you'll be seen like that. So sometimes that used to happen. Have the roles for non-Indian foreigners got better?
There's a lot of stereotypes, of course, but the girls that used to come here, they were also looking for it. You know, all of my friends that used to come here, they were not interested in learning Hindi. They were not interested in learning the culture. From the moment that I got here and I got my first opportunity, I looked at it and I said, I want that. So I took 1 year break after the first work that I did, that you saw it. And I said, okay, let's look at things. Let's study the culture, and is that what I want to do? How people look at it? Okay, that was my first thing. I didn't know exactly how I was doing, what I was doing. What do you want to do? How do you want to do? How do you want to portray yourself? And I have a lot of friends around me who would, you know, kind of engage with me. Okay, this is, if you do this, this is how people are going to look at you. You know,
advice.
Yes, good advice is around me, and so to the point that I was so immersed into the culture that I would think for myself. You know, but at the beginning, of course, you know, I was born and brought up in Brazil, so we have a different point of view.
Man, whenever she says Brazil, I love it. It's one place that I feel like wanting to go. Have you all spoken about the most cliched things with Nathalia about football with her?
All the time, I say Brazil, people say Ronaldo. Say Brazil, people say Rio.
No, actually, when I met her on the sets the first day, I really thought she was a Punjabi kudi. The kind of makeup, and that's what she is in the movie.
But coming to the point that I really like to approach is that, of course, I was offered many times the glamorous role, and I was underestimated so many times. But it happens to everyone, and I really dislike when people tell that, okay, Indians, they underestimate foreigners, or Indians, they look down to foreigners, or foreigners, they don't have chances in India. Most of the girls that come to India, they want to do modeling jobs, they don't put too much hard work into it. I was studying the language for so many years, I was studying the culture for so many years, to the point that I got one opportunity that was with this person standing here with us today. He believed in me, that was the most important part. He was so secure and with my work that, you know, art speaks no language, and I want to make sure that I always say that, you know, art speaks emotions, you know, love, you know, I always bring this up because love speaks no language. Why art should speak any language? You know, when emotions, it doesn't speak any language.
I like the way she speaks, man. Yeah. She gets in it. I can see some pain in there also, and it's almost like a catharsis that has happened with him. And it happens to a lot of people, actually. You know, you're probably going through it yourself also. I like the one line she said, people just underestimate you all the time. And this is almost like, you know, one of those races where, why I'm running a 1500-meter race. It's not a 100-meter race. I'm going to come in there. It's going to be a bit of time.
But you see, we tell ourselves. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I'm proving constantly to myself.
I think you guys have proved enough to a lot of people also. But Karann, with you, when you saw like the first frame and you're seeing it all coming out, you're saying, wow, this is what we worked on it. Were you crying?
Yeah, I was
He's always crying.
Come on, no.
Not always.
No, I was quite emotional.
Yeah.
And the whole film, we saw it yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a very
entire team,
emotional
so
moment.
Very emotional.
Were you emotional, sir? Aapne bana diye? No.
I wasn't emotional. I'm more a technical guy. I'm just trying to find any fault.
अरे ये sound क्यों नहीं आया? अरे ये क्या हो गया?
Sound का कुछ है क्या? कुछ पीछे
सलील ये दिखते हैं टेडी बेयर की तरह.
But he's not
hairing
exactly
master.
teddy bear.
Hairing master.
See, we both know.
I gave his nickname, sir.
Me and Ganesh, we know each other from like long time. How you guys know? Same.
I
We're
was
brothers.
just
So
only I was
when
just
we met,
yeah.
when I came to know that Ganesh, is part of the film, I was like super thrilled, super happy. And हमारी दोस्ती तो obviously पहले से थी. तो
Actually,
जब
दोस्ती बहुत it became a very tough point during the shooting.
yeah, absolutely. He had a tough
दोनों का
time. He had a
confrontation
tough
होता
time.
है. Yeah.
हमें क्या हुआ था?
Confrontation of the
We
film.
went to
He
Banaras.
sent us तू बोल.
We went to Banaras like 3-4
To
months
our
before the shoot, just to understand the whole body language of people there, interact with them, to get that whole Banarasi,
Of course, yeah.
तो
So
क्या
when
हुआ?
you think of Banaras, you're not thinking of guns all the time,
Yeah.
See,
वो तो
guns
भी in
means
trailers.
actually in the movie,
The
the
youth.
title is Guns of Banaras. It means the young guns.
मतलब
That's what we mean.
trailers में वो हमने एकदम clearly कहा है कि
No,
मतलब
but
हमने
even
यहाँ के
otherwise, there is a lot of action, aggression in the film also. True. You're not thinking of it being a very aggressive place. Most of the time, you're
Right.
thinking of
Yeah.
Banaras.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're going to Mirzapur, all these other UP areas, you're thinking there's a lot of action that happens there. So when you chose Banaras also, it had to be a character in the film also. That's why you chose
I'll
it.
tell you, like, see, any place, most of the people assume that Banaras is, it's a holy place.
Yes.
But they assume very good things about Banaras.
Yes.
I don't say Banaras is not a good place. But in every place there's good and bad.
Yeah.
Why don't you think that, why can't you accept that Banaras में भी गंदे लोग रहते हैं, गुंडे लोग रह सकते हैं, guns के साथ लड़ सकते हैं. So I chose Banaras because one thing is that the whole, in Polladavan, a Tamil film, the story was set up in a small town in Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
So I was like, right, when I saw the film, I want to place that somewhere in India, but I was not very clear about it because I haven't traveled to the north side. So, but most of the, I was just thinking to Chandigarh jana kya, Punjab करना क्या. Later फिर लगा कि let's go to this UP side because UP side Lucknow सोचा था. Then कुछ भी नहीं लगा Banaras
Sir,
because
don't ever go to Lucknow. Almost every Hindi film only shoots in
yeah.
Lucknow. I mean, I was shooting one where they said, "अरे अभी तो संजय दत्त का ये घर पे आप shoot करके आए और same frame we were seeing. अरे even the painting is
No,
the same."
listen. After this Tanuverts Manu ये सब आने के बाद, तो जब दिन में सब लोग लखनऊ में शूट कर रहे थे, so I said, no, I want to go to Banaras because Banaras always intrigued me because like being a Bhakt of Lord Shiva, I said let me go and see it. Then when I went for a recce, and the place was so amazing. I mean the architecture, color, I mean the whole, I mean
As
the
a filmmaker, you got
ambience.
excited.
I was excited. So yeah, to place in a gangster film or probably Guns of Banaras, it can be very interesting.
Hold that thought. Actually, we'll talk more about that when we come right back. How you put a gangster film in a holy place with very old friends in there. I think it's just the whole, this dish has got so many flavors. I want to talk about it in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. Come right back. You're back on Sasa with me, Salil, and a very, beautiful crew that I've got with me here. Why I say beautiful crew? Because I think there's a great emotion attached with all four that have been here. And I think that is testament to you, sir. Shekkhar sir, you've kept that kind of environment. And when you talk about creating a film that is very difficult in a setting. So when you go to a Banaras, you're trying to shoot a film there, which is in Banaras, which is about two boys that are warring against each other, that maybe are friends. There's maybe more to the story. Those who've not seen the remake, where does she come in there in the middle? So putting all this together, when you're making a remake, like you said, buying the rights, are you deviating at all from it? Because yes, not many of the North audience probably have seen this film. So it's easy that way you can get away with that, right?
Yeah.
So are you sticking to story?
I'm 100% sticking to story. Moreover, it's a dark content. See, when it comes to dark content, Banaras is a place where, it goes very well with it, when you want to make a dark content. But I didn't make it exactly dark as it was made in Tamil, because like Hindi audience sensibilities are different, And moreover, like when Karann called me and asked me to make this film, then there were certain apprehensions, and I immediately asked him, I want to make I can make a dark content. But do you want it the same way that was made in Tamil?
Is it that dark or what is that?
Dark in the sense content-wise. I'm talking about
Yeah,
content.
yeah, I
It's
understand.
not in, most of the people.
But so many North Indian films are very dark now.
No. Coming to the point, I can come to this. You see, people like Anurag Kashyap, they made it. People
Yes.
accepted it.
Yes.
Not every time dark content works like.
Yes.
So when I saw the Palavadan, I thought, yeah, this might work. I may not, because like then I said, I will go via media, like how Rajkumar Irani does it, or Vishal Bhardwaj, somebody does it. Art and commerciality. If that's the only film, good film. So then, I don't want to use the word art film and a commercial film. There's only good film and bad film. But inevitably, I'm using it because people are used to listening to only such words.
Yes, that's true.
Now coming to this, then I had to go via media, keeping art and commerciality, in balance, intact. Then I made this film, Guns of Banaras, but I made it very sure. One thing is sure that the film is sensible film. It is not that ki mara hawa mein ud ke niche gir ke bounce.
Which is sometimes synonymous with not just South Cinema now, everybody now.
Everyone now, yeah.
नहीं against the law of gravity bounce होता है body. See, so वो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. And emotions are very realistic emotions, and characterizations are very
That will
real.
come to that, but when you have these two boys in there,
Yeah.
this one boy,
No, let me
very
come to
famous
this.
down south, but he has to be coming back here. This boy making a comeback here. This lady also making. How are you handling that?
No. Now coming back to this casting, I didn't cast them. They cast me first. Because he called me from Hyderabad. Let's make this film. But when I saw Palavadan, I said, Dhanush looks like a ordinary boy. You look like a chikna Punjabi guy. And how do I do it? Like, shall we place it in Punjab because you suit the role best? But again, Banaras is the most intriguing place. Then I said, no, Guddu Shukla, created a character. Guddu Shukla is a Brahmin boy.
Yeah.
So Brahmins are usually fair in complexion.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking racially.
Yes.
Nothing to do with the caste, but they are 90% fair in complexion. Then I created this Guddu Shukla character, no problem. You suit the role. It's done.
But he lost weight also for it.
Yeah, he lost weight and did a lot of work.
Yes.
Now coming to the point of this Chikna villain, I was shown by my producer Karann Nathh 4 photographs, out of which his photograph was lying. I said he seems to be similar face. इसको तो कहीं देखा हुआ मैं. Then Damorokam करके तेलुगु film में देखा. Then I had to cast him. I liked him of all the 4 guys. But again, ये Chikna है. But again, my concept is like villainism is a quality of mind, not of the body.
Yes.
See? So why can't a bad man be a handsome guy?
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Sir, we agree with you.
We agree with you, Salil.
Every time it's a good versus bad. Doesn't have to be good looking versus bad looking.
Bad looking.
I always tell people this.
Yeah.
And he used to always remind me about Vinod Khanna ji, Shatru ji, when they entered. They created that
Of
impact
course.
as the villains,
So he was like, I cast him, the moment I cast him, I was fantastic. He worked on his lines. I was apprehensive because he's a Tamilian. I didn't know that he was born in Mumbai. But कैसे language कैसे रहेगा? But हिंदी छोड़ दीजिए. Banaras language इतने अच्छे से बोल लिया कि मैं surprised. And he dubbed his own lines.
Really? Brother, congratulations.
You should watch the film too.
I will. And coming to her,
I'm now coming to the
the piece de resistance.
major storm.
After auditioning Brazil,
Now, thing is that most of the people have asked me, यार आप लोगों को कहीं लड़की हिंदुस्तान में नहीं मिली क्या? इतने सारे लोग घूम रहे स्टैगनस नहीं मिली
And after
क्या?
how many auditions?
हाँ ये क्यों उठा के ला गया ब्राजील से? तो मैं बोला मेरा कोई फैसिनेशन नहीं है गोरे लोग से, लेकिन क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या था? 2 लंबे लोग हाइट गिर के चेयर के ऊपर है. अब मैं लोग people were coming, girls were coming, and I was auditioning them. They were very good, acting fantastically कर रहे. लेकिन suddenly if I imagine them in a song, it was very then not only that, there are some, I couldn't place them anywhere. So मुझे judge नहीं आता. So when she came, she walked in because she walked into the frame. Then I said, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was a Brazilian because she had a black hair, black eyes. So I thought she was an Indian. I asked her name, what's your name? Nathalia Kaur, Punjabi. I want a Punjabi girl in the film. But, when I gave the lines, she wasn't doing the lines. I said, what's happened? I thought that her father must have been Punjabi.
Yeah.
She must have picked up kuch to lines hoga. Lekin kuch nahi, aisa kuch nahi, she was blank. I said, acting nahi aata kitni खूबसूरत लगी. Then after 1 hour, I gave her the lines and I realized one thing, okay, fine. And I went to her and I asked her to do one thing. Roll the camera, bola. You camera roll हो रहा है. मैं बोला, see, ये जो lines है, इसका meaning बताया. अब Portuguese में तुम act करो. She acted, she absorbed the lines and she acted in Portuguese. All the language auditioning का tape दिखाऊंगा. Portuguese में dialogue बोल रही थी. And I was capturing it and I realized that she was acting. She was
Wow,
really acting.
congratulations. Language barrier, no more.
No more. So
I think this would be historically the first Portuguese audition for a Hindi film. By a lady who's born in Brazil.
That's true, that's true.
Wow, unreal.
So totally
Brazil to Banaras.
audition. Because I was like counting on her acting, whether she could act or not. Because I know that no, once अपने मातृभाषा में act कर सकती है, तो वो उस level में मैं चले गया, उसको Portuguese में तो कुछ भी कर, ये content है. And she was acting, crying, doing everything in Portuguese. It was like Latin and Greek to me. So, but she could act like.
Sir, I think well done on your part. There's a lot of work that goes in there. He has chosen the right person to give a phone call to. You given this genius an opportunity, and he's created a brilliant masterpiece. But my whole idea is, you're making a Tamil remake into a Hindi film. Why not go to a Hindi filmmaker?
When I have such a good friend with me, we've been friends since 2007, and also knowing his film Down South was a huge hit, film Parvin, which he had made. He's technically very sound, and through Guns of Banaras, everyone is going to notice that.
Yeah.
So why I don't need to go to anyone else when I know that this guy is very strong behind the camera.
Wow, that's...
And maybe I thought back of the mind of the people who have called me, probably not only him, he's the first person to call me, Dad, and they must have contemplated. Because I'm a South Indian. Probably I can understand the South emotion better to convert into, to translate into Hindi.
But Ganesh, is the emotion, acting-wise, is it very different still? Because earlier there was a distinct flavor that a South Indian film had, and a distinct flavor a North Indian film had. They were always technically far superior, and here you had a like different kind of love story. Now I think the lines are merged. Is there still a very different, like sir is saying that, the style and treatment is different. Is it very different?
See, as an actor, what I find is a difference when I work in a South industry as opposed to a North Indian industry and playing a North Indian character. More than the language, it's the culture. It's the culture that's going to be very different. And as an actor, you don't just work on the language. Even in Hindi, whether you go to Banaras or Lucknow, you really got to absorb in the culture of the land. And that creates the differences. Even the mannerisms, the way you move your hands, your gesticulation is going to change. And technically, yes, there will be a lot of difference. The way a director who works in the South is going to mount the shots will be definitely different from a Bollywood director. But that's what is going to give you that diversity. When you see, there will be new shots. There won't be cliched shots which you've seen in a dozen other movies. And I think
but isn't an actor get excited, say, I want that shot now where when I'm standing like this, the hawa is coming in my face and all. The mounted shot of
I think they mount more. Especially in this film where if you see the graph of the film, it's about a conflict between two characters. So it's Guddu Shukla and Vikram Singh. And though both, the common thing is they're from Banaras, they're very different. Like he's from a lower middle class family, very simple aspirations. While I am somebody who comes from a gangster's family. And he's power hungry, he's a cocaine addict. So the way he used to frame the shots, and my shots used to be, there used to be a lot of low angle shots, larger than life, because he is the underdog in the script. It's almost like a Ram, Ravan, good versus evil conflict. And the frames for him will be very soft, even the DI that was done, because his is a budding love story. All he wants is a bike, where I want power, I'm doping on cocaine. And then the entire, the color gradation also changes.
Wow.
What happened, mazedar kahani ye hai ki he sent both of us together, Banaras bhej diya. 30-40 days before ki jao, har galiyon mein ghumo, go and get into the feel of the character. And he was coming in later. So we obviously became friends. We used to go hang out on Assi Ghat, and there are a lot of ghats over there. Evening we used to go for Ganga Aarti, and we had a common language coach called Samar. His contribution is immense in this film.
Immense.
So we used to talk the Hindi with the Banarasi dialect and everything, and we used to discuss scenes and all. This gentleman arrives and he looks at both of us. He said, "Yaar, dostana nahi bana rahe." This is not Sholay or dostana.
I found platonic love.
Ye Jai Veeru ki kahani nahi.
And then walks in another gentleman who is about 10 times above him and who is like somebody we look up to. Sham Kaushal ji. And you boom boom and how in Vasepur, right? And I have done a lot of action in the south, and it's mostly stylized action, and you have rope shots. Niche road pe
Nothing is real, it's all VFX.
हाँ और रोड पे गिरते तो भी गद्दी है यार वो कट हो जाता है
मतलब stunts किए हैं, सारे shots लिए.
सारे stunts किए कुछ भी गद्दी यूज नहीं की कुछ everything is real.
But sometimes that thing is dangerous also, na? It's your one career. One South will not name the film.
Right.
That is how, when a very big star, who was a very big star at that point of time, and Sanjay Dutt was also in the film, Arshad Varsh was also in the film, that's the only clues I'm giving what the film was. Right. And you know what that entire sequence was when they were fighting? They meet in the air and they fight and they land on their feet.
Right.
He landed on one foot and twisted. He goes, I'm hero. Don't you know how to make me land? He said it in that tone.
Right.
Because he said, I don't want to wreck up my whole career with this one shot.
Correct.
So that also was there in the back of his mind. Very big star.
True. So, but with Shyamji, he will make sure it looks raw and you are safe also.
Yeah.
You do get the bruises and the injuries, but but they go off within a day or two. But the shot looks so amazing, Salil, that it's worth it. So
No, I agree.
he used to push us for the rawness. So we decided at a point, ये दोस्ताना का time खत्म.
Let's stop it.
2 महीने बात नहीं करते.
For a couple of
So
months, we
this
never-
is a process, Salil, I had read in Gangs of New York, which Leo and I think it was Daniel Day-Lewis, they're done, they're not spoken. And I said, we have to do this because we can't reach that level. And what used to happen, we used to just come on set. The urge used to say, what's up, dude? But we used to look and khulnas deke chale jate. So क्या होता है? The only communication was in the shot. So all that pent-up frustration anger used to come and like we used to hatapai hoti thi.
What are you doing in the middle when they're not talking?
She was busy plugging her lines up, bro.
I like it. I think
And there to balance.
But I think this works. You know, I'll tell you, we've done a lot of interviews in the past. Very few have actually explained the process of filmmaking, which is so diverse right now. From the point of casting, you have to understand the amount of, sort of the nitty-gritties that go into making show. Like he mentioned, the color gradient, the mounting of the shot. I don't think we had such a technical interview in such simple language. Thank you. I appreciate that you've given this. Whenever I say this, they say, "Pata nahi kya bakwas karta hai." Nobody cares about what you're saying about that. We just want to see a shot. But you have to understand the work that goes behind it, guys. Congratulations. I think in advance only, you all look very excited about the movie.
We
Yeah, we are.
absolutely.
Which is a very important thing once you see the film. Imagine if you'd done the interview yesterday when you hadn't seen it.
Right.
I think it was a very different sort of setup.
Very much. The confidence is there, raw.
Yeah, maybe all 4 would not have landed up at the interview. I will see you again soon. Take care. And Guns of Banaras, you might not have seen too much as far as guns are concerned in Banaras. But if they manage to do what they've actually said that they've done, even 50% of that, I think it'll work. Take care and I'll see you soon.